You ever hear a story so wild you have to tell everyone you meet? Well, this is one of those. It starts with a simple, brutal line. They stole the house, so she bought the bank. I met Lauren years ago. I was just starting out in real estate, and she was this incredibly sharp, determined woman working in the office. One day, we were talking, and she shared this unbelievable story about her family. It turns out her own uncles had cheated her mother, their own sister, out of her home. Here's how it went down. Lauren's mother was going through a tough time financially and was struggling to keep up with the mortgage payments. Her brothers, Lauren's uncles, came to her with what seemed like a solution. They said, "Hey, we'll help you out. We'll take over the payments for a while. Just sign this paperwork so we can handle everything with the bank." Trusting her own flesh and blood, she signed. But what she signed wasn't a temporary agreement. It was the deed to her house. They tricked her into signing her home over to them completely and legally. It was devastating. They took possession of the house, the place where Lauren and her sister grew up, filled with all their memories. Her mother was heartbroken and had to move out. Now, you might be thinking, what kind of people do this to their own sister? Well, karma has a funny way of working things out. The uncles who thought they had pulled off the perfect scheme weren't exactly financial geniuses. They ran the property into the ground. They didn't maintain it, didn't pay the bills, and eventually they stopped paying the mortgage altogether. The very same mortgage they promised to handle for their sister. The bank, seeing the default, had no choice but to initiate foreclosure proceedings. The uncles lost the house. It was going to auction. This is where the story gets really good. Lauren, who had been watching all of this unfold with a fire in her belly, saw her chance. She had been working tirelessly, saving every penny and learning everything she could about real estate and finance. She knew the system. She knew that when a house is foreclosed on, the bank sells the debt, the mortgage note, often at a discount, to get it off their books before the auction. So Lauren didn't just plan to buy the house. She went bigger. She approached the bank and made them an offer not for the property, but for the entire mortgage note, the debt itself. The bank agreed. Suddenly, Lauren wasn't just a potential buyer. She was the bank. She owned the debt on her mother's home. The uncles, who were still technically the owners until the auction finalized, were now in debt to their niece. Imagine their shock. Lauren now held all the cards. She could have foreclosed on them herself, just as the bank was about to do. She could have made their lives a nightmare, but she didn't. She let the process play out. The day of the auction arrived. The house, her childhood home, was up for sale to the highest bidder, but Lauren had the ultimate advantage. Since she owned the note, any amount the house sold for would be paid directly to her. She could bid on the house using the debt she already owned as credit. So she showed up at the auction, calm and prepared. Other people were there, ready to bid, but Lauren was in a league of her own. She placed her bid, and when the auctioneer's gavel finally fell, the house was hers. She had bought back her family's home. The best part? The moment she got the keys. She called her mom and said, "Mom, we're going home." Can you even imagine that phone call? She didn't just get revenge. She achieved true justice. She restored what was stolen from her mother through sheer determination, intelligence, and an unwillingness to let her family be defeated. It's a powerful reminder that with the right knowledge and a whole lot of grit, you can overcome even the most incredible betrayals. And that, my friends, is the story of how Lauren's uncle stole a house, and in return, she bought the bank. Thanks so much for watching and letting me share this incredible story with you. If you found this as inspiring as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more. See you in the next one.